Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. I'm just doing a quick video here. This is an FYI. So I went to law school. I'm in my third year. I say I'm in my third year. I have not been to law school. I have not returned to law school in years because they want $100,000. I do not have $100,000. I was on full scholarship, but the particular school I went to, LSU in Baton Rouge, required more than 3 years of law school. So scholarship ran regular law school time, which is 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. That ran out, and so then they wanted, now of course every year that goes up. So it's around $100,000 for me to complete law school and get my degree. Okay, so I've worked in law firms here in Las Vegas. I'm still connected to the legal stuff. Now, this whole indictment of Trump, I want to give you some pointers. Go ahead and give me a like. You can leave a comment. You subscribe. If you watched all of my Bill Cosby stuff, this is going to seem familiar to you. Let me go over the points here. Nearly every actor in this charade that they're trying to propose on Trump has vultures circling their grave. The DA, the star witness's attorney, they are literally saying that the DA should be not only disbarred from ever practicing law again, but also thrown in jail. When I say vultures, I mean people are circling overhead, knowing that what this guy is doing is completely illegal and it is literally interfering with the election process, which is an offense, right? You are not to interfere with the election process. And for all of the people who say, "Oh, this isn't," I'm gonna go over it. The star witness, Trump's former attorney, is lying, and they have receipts to prove that he's lying. He's saying that Trump ordered him to pay Stormy Daniels hush money. And if you don't understand that story, you don't know that story. The story is that Michael Cohen paid off Stormy Daniels for her to go away. But the receipts are showing that Trump knew nothing about this. Trump didn't order him to do it. And he paid Stormy Daniels out of his own money. It was something like $100,000 or $250,000, something like that. And Stormy Daniels tried to sue Donald Trump for defamation, and she lost. And her attorney was investigated, and he found to have been guilty of fraud, and he's literally in jail right now still. They have all of the receipts showing that Michael Cohen, Trump's former attorney, did not in fact Trump did not in fact order him to pay Stormy Daniels. This was all of his own accord. Now, here's another thing. The whole thing that they're trying to indict Trump on is a misdemeanor to begin with, right? And they're talking about he's going to be arrested, he's going to be thrown in jail or prison or whatever, right? It is literally a misdemeanor. And not only is it a misdemeanor, the statute of limitations has already expired. There is no case. So, just like the Bill Cosby case, they are doing everything illegal in trying to prosecute Trump. Trump is not a party to this action, which is paying off Stormy Daniels. And so what does it have to do with paying off Stormy Daniels? Is it illegal to pay off somebody for them to go away? No, that's not illegal at all. The thing is, a lot of those times, they sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, to shut up and not say anything and take the money. And this is what Stormy Daniels signed. And Trump won again against that too. It is not illegal to pay somebody to go away legally, right? What's the case? The case they're trying to jump to is that Trump did not declare this in his campaign, and they're saying that this is money that should have come from his campaign. Well, it doesn't involve Trump, has nothing to do with the campaign. It came from the attorney alone. Now, why is his former attorney trying to say that Trump ordered him to pay Stormy Daniels for the hush money? He's trying to say that because he was convicted and he went to jail and he served time and he was trying to do everything in his power to reduce his time in jail. That's what this is all about. When I say vultures are circling their grave, they have already determined that all of this is completely illegal. They already know that it's illegal and they know that they are skating on thin ice, but the mainstream media is so against Trump that the mainstream media wants to go with this. Why? Because the mainstream media is also interfering with the election that's coming up in 2024. I told you during the whole Bill Cosby thing, and for those of you who do not know, the statute of limitations for the Bill Cosby thing had also expired. And the state of Massachusetts, the district attorney who ran a campaign saying that he would prosecute, if he was elected, he would prosecute Bill Cosby, which is completely illegal. That is just outrageously illegal. Saying that he would prosecute Bill Cosby personally, and the statute of limitations had expired, and they made an exception to prosecute Bill Cosby. Why? Because they don't like Bill Cosby. Just like they don't like Donald Trump. And I told you at the time, I said, and I had no clue that this case was going to come about. Why? This was 3-4 years ago? I said the Cosby case is a test run. Go back and look at my videos. I said the Cosby case is a test run. They can completely ignore the statute of limitations. It's in law for a reason. Why? Because the witnesses, the eyewitnesses, and the evidence and any sort of proof is normally completely vanished by that time. There's a whole bunch of crimes that have a statute of limitations. You can only bring this in a certain amount of time. Why? Because the point becomes moot after a while. It doesn't serve any point to even try and prosecute. And in that case, same thing. Cosby sued all the women, various women, for defamation. And he won. They tried the cases and he won. They didn't settle out of court. He won. He actually won and still ended up in jail. Why? Because that was a kangaroo court. I said the Cosby case was a test run, a trial run of all of this. Yes. I believe this is the same exact thing. You do know that the other district attorney was trying to prosecute Trump, and she called him all sorts of names and sort of such and so, which I think she should have been sued for defamation also. Just call him all sorts of names. That is not professional whatsoever. And of course, she's black. This guy's black. And they want to pretend that New York hates Trump. New York has not hated Trump. New York loves Trump. Has always loved Trump, but the news try and portray Trump as being completely hated. No, he's not hated. They love all of his properties, but I digress. But I told you the Cosby case was in fact a trial run, and here we have it. Now we have the former attorney of Michael Cohen coming out and saying, I have 300 emails. They sent me to the grand jury to testify, but they only picked out something like 3 or 6 emails. They cherry picked 3 or 6 emails to go over. And I made sure that I went over as many as I possibly can to give people all of the information. I don't know if he's going to be indicted, but somebody needs to point out, hey, this entire thing, the statute of limitations is already run out. Why are we in court? Why did it even make it this far? I assume that everybody involved, the judge, the district attorney, is completely ignoring all of that. Thank you all for watching.
I'm the one who decided to do this. A lot of people cautioned me against it because I had nothing to gain. The only thing I'm doing is trying to tell the truth to the grand jurors because I read all these lies in the media that are being promoted by one side. If you see the full picture, listen, if they want to go after Donald Trump and they have solid evidence, so be it. But Michael Cohen is far from solid evidence. this guy by any prosecutor's standard. And I used to be deputy chief of the criminal division in the Southern District of New York. I wouldn't have touched a guy like Michael Cohen, especially if he's a convicted perjurer. Not to mention, as I said, the 50 to 100 lies he told us that are in those 330 emails.
How do you think you dissuaded the grand jury from indicting the former president?
I can't say that, because you just don't know. I can't read people's minds. I could see certainly a few of them were doing what you're doing right now, shaking your head up and down, but not everybody. So I just don't know. I would love for those people to watch TV or something tonight, or just remember what I said and say to the prosecutors, listen, we'd like to see the rest of those emails. Don't cherry pick 6 emails out of 330 and then ask Costello questions about it. That's not fair by anybody's standard. That's pretty. I have a statement here. I'll give it to you people. Yeah.
Cohen paid Stormy Daniels with his own money, not at the behest of Mr. Trump.
That's what he told us. Yes, not his own money, money that he borrowed pursuant to a HELOC loan.
The loan.
Yeah. And why did you take the loan, Michael? I wanted this secret. I didn't even want my own wife to know, much less Melania Trump. You know?
Well, just to be clear, did he ever specifically tell you that Donald Trump does not know about this?
Yes, absolutely. He said that.
He said that?
You know, that's what he said at the time. Is it true? I don't know.
Did you tell the grand jury that?
Yes, I did. But I had to force that into an answer. They were getting upset because they'd ask me a limited question based on one of these 6 emails, and I would volunteer information that I thought the grand jury needed to hear. Okay?